Hi, it's me, Nick, from the EOS Education team here at Boxlight, and today I'm really excited to share some information with you about your security settings on your new MimioPro 4 interactive flat panel device. I want to build some confidence, some comfort, and to help you rest assured that you are safe and secure in your classroom or work environment. So I'm going to dive right in, and to begin with, I'm going to be starting on my home screen, and I'm going to be opening the settings options. Now, with settings, you always run into a number of different options, and many of which you won't worry about. But we're going to skip right down in that list to the personal section. Now, you might want to naturally gravitate to the security, but we're actually going to go and start off with users. So I'm going to tap on where it says users. Now, you'll notice in the top left-hand portion of the panel, it lets me know right away that I can have up to 5 unique users on this account, including a guest user. So you'll notice we currently have the owner user, which has access to all of the features and functions of the panel. You also will have some other users listed here. So we have the EOS trainer user and a guest user. Adding a new user to your account is really easy. Simply tap the plus sign. You can choose the username that you would like for that user. It will be what shows up at the beginning when you power on your panel. And you can even choose to include a password with that particular user's account in order to add that extra layer of security. Again, that is optional. You're not required to do so, but we're talking about security. So obviously our best practice recommendation for you is to add that passcode. Just that little bit of peace of mind really can go a long way. Deleting a new user that you've created is also even easier. I simply go over here onto the right of the account that I'm talking about or that I'm looking at, and I'm simply going to tap on that trash can. And when I tap on that trash can, it's going to give me the opportunity to delete that user. I currently don't want to delete this user, so I'm going to cancel that. I also have the ability to modify that user. So maybe I want to change the name, or maybe I want to update the password. Maybe I have a co-teacher up to one point in the year, and I have a new co-teacher at the midpoint. So I might want to change this account password to be for that user, but I might want to keep that username the same. The options are really pretty versatile for you, depending on what your needs are. In addition to being able to set up these different user profiles, which will add some security to your panel, you also have the password option listed here under the personal section of your settings. And what this password option will do for you is it will allow you to choose a password for any time someone wants to open the settings menu. So for right now, I'm going to pick a password of 1111. I'm going to confirm that password, 1111. I'm going to tap OK. It now tells me that my password has been set. So I'm going to exit out of this piece here, back to my home screen for you. And when I tap on settings again, you'll notice that it now requires that password. Now it shows up as the asterisk, so if you want to keep your password a secret, you're able to do that. If you want to be able to see what you're typing in as your password, just to make sure you're entering it correctly, simply tap the little eyelash icon, and that will show you. Once I click OK, you'll notice now I have access to these settings. So if you're in an environment where multiple people have access or are using the panel, or maybe you're just concerned about a troublemaking individual that wants to change settings for jokes or to make your life difficult, regardless of what that reason is, you can give yourself that peace of mind here simply by putting a passcode for your settings. So again, we went under settings, under personal, and then over here in the right-hand column, we selected password to set that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear that password for us here. It's going to require me to know what the password is, so I can't just accidentally get in here and then have access to make those changes. I'm still going to need to know that password. And then I'm going to select clear, and you'll notice now that that has exited me out. The final thing that I want to share with you today about your security settings are actually going to take place under our files. So I can open my side toolbar, From either side of my panel, I will select the Files icon from the middle portion of that. And you'll notice that once I've opened this Files section here, one of my options along the left-hand side is to log into my cloud drive. With Cloud Drive, in order to select that, I will now tap where the plus sign is under Add. One more time with the plus sign under Add. And you'll notice that I can either sign into my OneDrive account or my Google Drive account. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and dive into that Google Drive account. Now, my options for sign-in include using the QR code, which is a great security feature for you if you're in a room full of a lot of people and you want to keep this information private and secure. You can simply scan that with your phone app, your camera app on your phone, and it will allow you to log in that way and enter your credentials there. For right now, though, I'm going to go ahead and sign in directly on the panel. So bear with me just for a moment. Now, once I have signed into this account, it's going to ask me to make sure that I'm allowing these permissions. And the very next feature that's going to pop up for me is really important. I have a number of security logout options here. The very first one says auto logout when the screen is turned off. Now, this might be a great resource for you if you just want to make sure that you log out in between classes or sessions. Maybe you move from one room to the next within your building or on your site. That might be a great option for you. The only drawback with using auto logout when the screen is off is that somebody could accidentally bump the power, or maybe even intentionally just bump that power and turn that screen off, and it would log you out, which could be really inconvenient for you. So the other option you have listed here is to auto log out when shut down. And usually that's something that you're doing at the end of the day or the end of the week for your panel, right? So you would hard log out for that, and it will log you out of your account. The third option, obviously, is to disable auto logout, which means that you would have to manually disconnect from your Cloud Drive account in order to have that signed out. For right now, I'm going to do auto logout when screen shut down. So I'm now going to turn my screen off really quickly, and then we'll turn that back on. And you'll notice now that I've turned that screen back on, it's logged me out of that Google Drive account. So hopefully you found a couple of these features to be really helpful for you. Hopefully it builds some confidence and some comfort in your actual security with your new MimioPro 4 panel. I really had a great time sharing this with you, and I look forward to seeing you more.